Today, I'll be taking a look at the Kickstarter that Dynamite Comics did for the Darkwing Duck Omnibuses. The one I got was for the Classics collection. And for the back reward, I also got an ash can edition of the first issue of the new run of Darkwing Duck Comics, as well as a facsimile animation cell. They also did omnibuses for the first run of Darkwing Duck Comics that they released, as well as also for the Justice Ducks run, as well as also their Negaduck run. And they also had a variety of different variant covers, as well as also soft cover and hardcover editions that had signatures from various people who worked on the different runs. Each omnibus will be available for people to purchase from their local comic book stores or online later this year, or may be available by the time you see this video. And now to get a closer look at the Ashtray edition of the first issue. When you open up, you'll see various panels from issue number 1 in various states of completion. Some panels is just the words and onomatopoeia that are missing, while others are still in the inking phase. It also will include an interview with the various people who worked on the new run of Darkwing Duck. For those people who are interested in the creation process, it is very fascinating to see a comic in the different states of completion. It's always nice to be able to read the interviews of the various people involved to see how they approach this project. For the people who didn't contribute to the Kickstarter, the only way you can get the ash can now is if you buy it online from like eBay or someplace like that. Was a Kickstarter exclusive item. Though it is possible that if they have a lot of leftover copies, they may end up giving them away at conventions or other events in the future. Though that is just speculation on my part. And here's a closer look at the animation cell facsimile, with Darkwing Duck doing one of his classic poses. It is a small card, so blowing it up does make it a little bit blurry. And now for the main event, the reason why I contributed to the Kickstarter in the first place, which is to get the Darkwing Duck Volume 1 Classics collection, which will include reprints of issues 1 through 10 of the Marvel run, as well as also the Walt Disney Publishing issues. There is a table of contents which tells you all the names of the stories that are included, as well as also the artists and writers. Cool thing that they did that, so people will know who these people are and may go back and check out some more of their work, whether it be Disney Afternoon related or otherwise. It is important to note that the collection does have a disclaimer about objectionable content. Some people care about it, other people don't, but I think it is important to note. It's printed on a nice glossy paper, and the colors really pop off the page. It's probably the best that most of these stories have ever looked. A number of these stories have been republished over the years in various forms. For people who have the original Darkwing Duck Marvel run, as well as also the original Walt Disney Publishing run of comics, I would be curious to see them compare the original comics from the 90s compared to this omnibus, and to do a compare and contrast. It would also be interesting to see if anything's been censored. Since I didn't have any of the 90s comics, this was a good way to catch up on a lot of stuff I had missed, as well as also to fill a hole in my Darkwing Duck Comics collection. It is important to note this collection does not include the comics published in Disney Adventures magazine. I'm not sure if that's because we're interested in doing that, or if they legally couldn't, since Fantagraphics is reprinting a lot of the Disney Afternoon 90s comics, and that they have also been releasing a lot of the Darkwing Duck stuff that appeared in Disney Adventures magazine. Even though the Kickstarter was a massive runaway success, it would have done even better if they would have included the Boom Studios run, as well as also the Joe Books run. Those runs are considered some of the best Darkwing Duck comics, as well as also While the individual issues may be easier to track down, the trade paperbacks for a lot of those skyrocketed in value and can go for quite a lot on the secondary market. For any Darkwing Duck fans, I would definitely recommend to pick this omnibus up when it becomes available in their comic book shop or when they find it online. Finding some of those 90s Darkwing comics may be hard to find in good condition, as well as also finding them affordable. It also works as a good starting point for people who are first just getting into collecting Darkwing comics as well. Over 200 pages of Darkwing nostalgia wrapped in a quality package. Till next time, see ya.